Welcome everyone. Today we have a lesson on grammar. So I'm going to teach you question tag. So let's get started. Let's come to the video. Question tag. Question tags are used to confirm the statement. That's why we are using question tags. Most probably it is a contraction form. Basically, the foreigners have used this tag formations while speaking, while conversation to others. They are using. And I have some given some examples here. Question tag as well as responses. You are good boy, aren't you? Yes, I'm a good boy. He came late to the school, didn't he? Yes, he came late. She did not do homeworks. Did she? No, she didn't do. Raghu doesn't study properly, does he? No, he doesn't study. So you tell the truth, don't you? You tell the truth. So first of all, we are going to see the three categories in this question tag. First of all, from positive to negative, and next negative to positive, and as well as commands and requests, we are using the question tags. How we are using the question tags here? See, first thing, positive sentences take always negative tags in a sentence formations. So for that thing, if the sentence is positive, question tag should be negative formation. So that sentences we are transform. We are going to write that sentence. For that we have to make some three steps we are going to follow. What are they? First of all, find out the helping verb, and next thing, add not to that sentence, to that short form, and short it into int. That is, I have given you, see that slide, you can see. And then write the pronoun, that's the subject. I have given that format of the tag formation. Auxiliary verb plus int plus pronoun plus question mark, then only that is completed form of a question tag. So if there is a main verb in a sentence, it should be split as follows. How we are splitting the main verb? See that thing. For example, first thing, verb, it is giving in a present form. We are going to split with do plus verb 1, that is present form. And verb plus yes, es, is, because that verb always follows with yes, es, is in a present formation. That verb should follows with a singular subject only. Then we identify that verb has yes in that thing. For that thing, we have to split with does plus verb 1, that is also present form. For example, I have given you the two verbs go, do plus go for the present formation. It is for plural think. And play, it is also another verb. It is given do plus play. And second example, goes, does plus go, plays, does plus go, play. So it is for the singular subjects has the verb in a sentence. And another thing, verb, it is for past form, did plus verb 1. Whatever the verb we are going to study and whatever the verb we are going to write in a sentence formations, we just write the verb with do, does, did only. If we write the do, does, did to the help of the verb with present form of verb only, we should write the base form of the verb should only write. Okay, see the next slide. I have given you the some verbs and tags formations. For example, first thing, I have given you the be form verbs here. Am, aren't. The tag will be changed as aren't. Is, it is changing into isn't. Or the tag form is aren't. Was, wasn't. Were, weren't. Do form verbs I have given you. Do, it is tag formation is don't. Does, it is doesn't. Did, didn't. And have, if helping verbs, have, it is coming as a helping verb in a sentence. We have the tags haven't, and has, hasn't, had, hadn't. And have as a, sometimes is functioning as a main verb in a sentence. We have haven't as well as don't have. And has, hasn't, doesn't have. We have that thing. Functioning as a main verb only, that thing we are doing, that don't have, doesn't have, and had, hadn't, otherwise don't have, and didn't have. and some verbs and tags. It is for other main verbs as well as modal auxiliaries. I have given you this box. See that box. Other main verbs: go, that is don't, goes, doesn't, and went, didn't. Play, for the two verbs I have given you: play, don't, plays, doesn't, played, didn't. Modal auxiliaries verbs are will, won't, shall, shan't, can, can't, would, wouldn't, should, shouldn't, could, couldn't, need, needn't, ought to, that is changing into shouldn't. So see the next slides, some special examples. Let's have some more examples for that we have identified. Here is read. There is, for example, some special examples I have given you. In this sentence, it is given, he has read this book. He has read this book. You have to pronounce that thing. He has read this book because it is functioning as a main verb as well as helping verb have, has. The tag formation is given hasn't he. So we have to identify the only the verb, auxiliary verb, and then if you see the positive in that sentence, you just put not in that auxiliary verb and just put pronoun, change that noun with pronoun. That means the name of a person it is giving, but you have to change into that pronoun and put question mark, then it is changing. And the next sentence, he read this book, it is giving in a past form. Did he? And he is reading this book, isn't he? In this sentence, we have auxiliary verb, but the second sentence doesn't auxiliary verb in a sentence. We have to add didn't plus he. Okay, so he reads a lot of books, doesn't he? Because it is giving in a present form, that is why we are splitting with some other particular do, does, did. Okay, it is helping to split the main verb. And he'll read this book, won't he? So write like this. And another example, special case occurs when the main verb is to be in a simple tense. Here the tag question repeats the main verb, not an auxiliary verb. This is a book, isn't it? Yeah. If the main verb is to have, either solution is possible. He has a book, it is functioning as a main verb. So that is why it is hasn't he, we have put like that. Otherwise we doesn't have. And he has a book, doesn't he? So we are writing both ways. Okay, and next we are going to see negative sentences take positive tags always. So in this, if the sentence is negative, question tag should be positive. For that thing we have to have two steps. What are they? Remove not from that sentences and then write the pronoun subject only. I have given you the here also the format, auxiliary verb plus pronoun, put question mark. This is the format we are going to write the negative tag. It is negative tags for positive, and before that slides, two more slides before, we just see that we have seen that thing positive sentences from negative. Okay, that tag it should be auxiliary verb plus not plus pronoun, that is for negatives and it is for positive. So for example, I have given you, they don't tell lies, do they? You have no cars, have you? She didn't get bail, did she? And if the sentence has following words like no, none, little, few, rarely, barely, scarcely, neither, never, seldom. So these words, the sentence have following with these words in a sentence, the sentence will be called as negative sentences. So please consider them as a negative sentence. For example, I have given you, she rarely goes to films, does she? I seldom talk with him, do I? Very few boys go to temples, do they? So see that thing, rarely, seldom, few, hardly, little. These are for negative formations. We should take, if that particular words it is coming in a sentence, we should identify this is called as negative. So we should consider as them as a negative. That is why we don't put not for that tag, question tag. Okay, so he hardly helps his wife, does he? There is little water is there. And the same thing I have given you the verbs and tags also, and some other things such as other main verbs as well as modal auxiliaries I have given you. Am not, it is tag formations. Am, isn't, is, aren't, are, wasn't, was, weren't, were. Do forms verbs also. Don't, do, doesn't, does, didn't, did. Have forms haven't, have or do, hasn't, has or does, hadn't, had or did. And the other main verbs: don't go, do, doesn't go, does, didn't go, did. And modal auxiliaries: won't, will, shan't, shall, can't, can, wouldn't, would, shouldn't, should, couldn't, could, needn't, need. And last, one more thing we have going to see: commands and requests we are going to see. For example, if we see the if we have some sentences like commands and request formations, so how does it function in a sentence? It is giving, and it is coming in an coming as a imperative sentences, and tag formation also I have given you. For first thing, it is giving suggestions for the sentences. It starts with let us go, let us move. So tag will be that, shall we. Okay. And the simple request is, if we have take come with me, please get me some water, please come with me, we just take will you. That is polite way. That is a simple request. Is we are tag using the tag, we don't add not to these sentences. And some other urgent request, that is send me, send the mail, call the police, catch the bus, pass the message, we are going to take this, won't you? And the impatient remarks for the imperative senses: keep quiet, listen to me, be attentive. This is for impatient remarks. It is should be like that order. Okay, can't you do that? So we are telling that thing. For example, I will tell you the one thing. Uh, in easy way, we are going to identify. If you see the sentence has, is, was, are, was not, have, had, has not, like that. If you just remove the not from that thing, and you just identify the pronoun. Okay. After that, if there is a not, you just remove the not. Then you change. And the verb has yes, yes, is, you put doesn't. And you the verb ends with ed, you just put in didn't. And some other verbs like that. And if comes like let us, you just put as shall. So here we have to find out the main proper thing. It is, if we identify the auxiliary verb and just first write that auxiliary verb and put not and pronoun, question tag, question mark, that is the question tag for the positive statement, should be changing into that negative formation. And if the sentence in negative, the answer should be positive. For that, you should remove that not from that thing. This is the simple way you have to do. And if the main verb only the sentence, you have to split with the do, does, did only. So this is the slides. Thank you for watching.